Yeah.
And it just seems to be this horrible pattern that has gone through if you are a team of BalloonBoy. But we're going to set the record straight. It is the first meeting of 2026, and we're going to see what BalloonBoy and Marckiemoo are feeling here.
Yeah, we'll start off on small offensive lines to get the action started, and Marckiemoo and BalloonBoy will take to both of their most aggressive melee options here on the battle boots for BalloonBoy. Marckiemoo with a nice whip punish on that sideline. It's what I expect to see from Marckiemoo if he wants to kind of win these bouts. He's been very good at playing parry and just kind of waiting and getting those strong whip punishes. That's what sidelight gives you on the battle boots. But BalloonBoy swapping over to the blaster.
I mean, he has been looking pretty confident on them all day long. We've seen BalloonBoy just be in cruise control all day. Marckiemoo has had a couple sets where it looked like he might fall, especially that set that we had against him and Bunny. But he has made it here. He is on winner's side, and now he has the chance to try and continue the streak against the Triple B. But this Mega Man has been looking very, very good this afternoon, PJ.
You see the Leaf Shield already come into effect for BalloonBoy. He's been using that all weekend long to try to find landings, especially in the corner with that side sig. Nice disarm there with the side air. The recovery on the boots won't be enough to take it off the top quite yet. Marckiemoo still in contention for this stock, though, as the side light comes in and picking up a scythe. You just need a couple hits horizontally to close this one out. End light into end sig. Doesn't get the end sig, but a side light will catch BalloonBoy dodging the recovery. Unarmed will not KO, but it's getting quite close to that. And end light whips. The end light as a response from BalloonBoy. The blade comes out with the side sig, but Marckiemoo will take that first stock with an end light, and both of them in the feeling out stage there for sure. None of them going for those big reads yet. Marckiemoo, the first one to pull the trigger on one, didn't find the right answer for that dodge, but still got the stock nonetheless.
This is going to be another battle for all time, it looks like, because this is super close, straight off the top. D-Light into Sair, going to tie those stocks back up. Just a little bruise or two against BalloonBoy's second stock, so everything is still very, very even here between these two players. Marckiemoo looking for a weapon. He gets the side air out on arm, picks up the gauntlets. Now BalloonBoy going to work with those blasters, but Marckiemoo toss him down with the nair. Can he go with the ground pound? He does, but BalloonBoy Sairs him at the very bottom. Downlight into Sair again, catches him with the neutral light, and Marckiemoo having a very hard time getting back up on the stage.
Yeah, he'll take quite a bit of abuse there in the corner, especially as BalloonBoy is getting better and better at holding Marckiemoo into it. The side air comes out, though. Big punish on the side stick. That's two for BalloonBoy, both not missing. The weapon toss goes a little bit too wide there for Marckiemoo as BalloonBoy gets the end light and is waiting with the GC end sig. Marckiemoo will read through that dodge and will read through that option, and the ground pound comes in for Marckiemoo, expecting BalloonBoy to try to take to the wall after that misplay off stage. The side light will have a dead zone, but that D-light into recovery will catch and find the KO. BalloonBoy now 2 stocks to 1 with a lead in his favor. Incredibly close set between PR number 1 and 2 so far.
I love it. These two players, when they play, it never disappoints. You guys can think back to just a couple months ago. There we go, Marckiemoo tying things back up. You can think back to just a couple months ago, the cinema that we all witnessed between these two players in Atlanta at BCX. It's the first time they've seen each other since then in competition.
Absolutely. Marckiemoo now looking to put an end to this game with that downer off stage. The end light will start the action again on the stage, though. Side light waiting for the dodge, waits for the dodge accordingly. Nair into end light, and you get another guess for BalloonBoy there, and you're getting put in a bad spot. Nice landing for Marckiemoo there, getting a whiff punish on that end light whiff, but a side air from BalloonBoy keeps him back in this conversation. Side light recoveries are not catching. Big side light there. Marckiemoo jumps over that end light, down air, waiting for the option. Big recovery there, does not KO, not quite yet, and it's so close to getting to that point for Marckiemoo, but BalloonBoy will keep fighting back.
Yeah, Marckiemoo is doing fantastic here at the end of this game. He has definitely carved out a good position here out of this final stock, as BalloonBoy is very close to being knocked out. BalloonBoy did have the lead just a couple minutes ago, but the side sig is going to even everything back up, and it comes down to the last interaction, PJ, and the tornado is going to get it done, and the Triple B takes game number 1, PJ.
That was exactly what you wanted to see there. He's been going for those signatures in the corners to catch Marckiemoo in them, and finally we see BalloonBoy actually cashing one of those in. The side six on the blasters were getting punished every single time or completely avoided by Marckiemoo, but finally that time, as I keep saying, having the ability to turn yourself into a weapon and turn yourself into the hitbox you need is so much more consistent than letting the signature move for you. BalloonBoy just needs to put himself in a spot that he knows he can hit, rip the down sig, and cover both options and find a way to get that input to KO, and that's going to be a great start for BalloonBoy as we go to Miami Dome as the counter pick for game number 2.
I forgot this map existed.
I know.
I don't think we've seen it at all.
We'll go half a year without a Miami Dome game slow motion. It's serious.
It is serious, but we end up at the Dome for game number 2. BalloonBoy coming out getting good early damage, and Dare's going to finish off that good combo against Marckiemoo. Marckiemoo was searching for the Dare, couldn't find it, but he did get the side light. Nothing else after that. BalloonBoy dancing around, getting caught with another side light off the scythe, but putting some good pressure against Marckiemoo. The ground pound, no! BalloonBoy is able to get back over. He does touch the stage. He's so good at finding those routes to get back up on stage time and time again.
Very important to take that ground pound and realize you're not KO'd yet, but giving an easy panic option to Marckiemoo will be the end of that stock. BalloonBoy holds on and still holds the damage lead. The Battle Boots online now, trying to go for a dash jump, turn around, side air to catch Marckiemoo dashing. Marckiemoo taking to the skies more times than not, though, and avoiding those options grounded. Side air is big for Marckiemoo, looking for that KO with that side air. Didn't find it. BalloonBoy side air of his own. Marckiemoo now holds center stage. BalloonBoy flips the situation. N-Light to send Marckiemoo off stage, picks up a pair of blasters. D-Light, a big threat now, down air off the stage. BalloonBoy will respect Marckiemoo, and he'll punish him for the respect with that nair. Marckiemoo side light, waiting for the dodge, does not get it. BalloonBoy side stick. Another dodge gets read by Marckiemoo, but no timing. Another dodge read, but no timing and spacing that time, and Marckiemoo is struggling to capitalize on the side light open ups. BalloonBoy somehow holding onto his stock, lets the N-Sig fly, does not find the connection. Marckiemoo finally gets his recovery, and they're fighting back to center stage. Both of them one hit away from losing just the first stock in this game, and Marckiemoo is the first one to confirm it. GC downlight, chase dodge recovery, Marckiemoo takes a stock.
That GC downlight was perfect. It was right there at the cusp of the hitbox, just enough to get BalloonBoy into the trap. The Sarah is going to send Marckiemoo all the way out. Can he find another one? He sits back with a neutral light. Marckiemoo stays out of the way of it, but somehow that recovery held on and did not drop, and that is going to put Marckiemoo on a second stock.
Looking so good so far for both of these players. They're both so competitive in this game, struggling to find these KOs early on, and then slowly letting those reads rip. That's what it's going to come down to. Marckiemoo, big read there with that nair. GC sidelight recovery, great open up for Marckiemoo there, who's happy to get any damage he can versus these blasters. When you make your way in, you need to make it count. Nair into GC, N-Light, BalloonBoy, already in a bad spot in the second stock.
Ooh, going way deep, stays out of the way. Oh, that's big! Marckiemoo saw the ground pound coming, though, so smart, and gets another one in of his own. BalloonBoy retreating under Miami Dome, staying relevant in the stock. Here he goes, another dare. It misses against Marckiemoo. Marckiemoo comes back up a stage, resets the D-Light in a ground pound, and that is going to send BalloonBoy onto his final stock. Marckiemoo still very, very healthy.
A return to form for Marckiemoo on this stage. Recovery from BalloonBoy unarmed. It's still not over yet for BalloonBoy with chances, especially when you have that extra game lead here. Okay, a side light, side stick has not worked at all so far to cover the options. I like forcing Marckiemoo to respect it, but at some point you need to start capitalizing on the reads you create. Side light there, getting avoided by Marckiemoo, waiting for the options. Weapon toss come out, down air to cover the weapon spawn, does not get the down air. Marckiemoo picks up his scythe and N-Light there, but no nair follow-up either. BalloonBoy still trying to poke away with these side lights. No conversions off the side lights are true, so you have to get a read. D-Light into recovery, will that be enough? Yes, it is. BalloonBoy whittles Marckiemoo down and takes that stock.
Back and forth, momentum changes yet again. BalloonBoy still holding on to those blasters. Marckiemoo kicks him away with the unarmed light attack. As BalloonBoy fadeaway Sair can't find anything, but does catch the neutral light on the blasters. The big nair coming up. Marckiemoo getting somehow getting out of the way of it. Gonna be able to reset back into neutral. BalloonBoy biding his time. See the Sair get punished, but though the recovery, can he finish it off? No, Marckiemoo is gonna be able to get back down stage. Not enough damage was put against that stock.
And N-Light will come in through BalloonBoy and covering the dash underneath BalloonBoy with that N-Light. Sorry, the down air, and Marckiemoo with a big side air. BalloonBoy puts himself in a bad spot off stage. Marckiemoo looking to close out this edge guard. D-Light, side light recovery. It does not KO. BalloonBoy with still chances, but without a weapon, it's going to be tough. Marckiemoo cycles over to another pair of gauntlets. BalloonBoy will pick up his weapon, earning that with an unarmed nair to get some space. Marckiemoo side light, waiting for the dodge. Does not find the right dodge. BalloonBoy using that platform movement, but Marckiemoo catches it in the end. And we go to game 3 with an even scoreline, 1-1.
Oh, these are so close, PJ. Oh, my goodness. I cannot think of two players that are so fun to watch play against each other in current Brawlhalla.
Yeah.
We've had some players come in. We've had, the very epic matchups in the past, but I think this is the new age rivalry of Brawlhalla.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, incredibly close. They're going blow for blow. I mean, it just makes sense to have it in North America. A Mordex player versus a Blaster player. I mean, we've seen this movie before, but they keep making sequels and they keep hitting, man. You have to keep letting it play through. Marckiemoo, BalloonBoy going into game 3, both of them on even footing, as BalloonBoy, I think, is going to reset here and allow himself to get back in the right mindset to take this game number 3. I mean, it's so crazy how close that game was because it felt like Marckiemoo was kind of dominating that game, but BalloonBoy fights back, forces the last stock, picks up some blasters, and really punishes Marckiemoo, who gets so scared trying to find those KOs.
Well, it's so crazy. Like, when these two players fight, there's not allowed to be a lead. Yeah. Nobody's allowed to pull away.
No.
As soon as somebody gets about a stock advantage, whoever is down locks back in, straightens everything back out, gets us all even, and then the battle begins again. There's no advantage. There's no stock advantage, 2 stocks advantage. It is just blow for blow, interaction to interaction, down to the last wire.
I feel like at some point there might have been like Marckiemoo pulling away from BalloonBoy and kind of showing like, okay, there is a clear difference. But I think right now at Winters, they're both as close as maybe they've ever been. We saw that BCX Grand Finals that was so close and so contested. But right now, it feels like it could be BalloonBoy's year and can all start here at Winters. And we'll see this come through here as the bands strike over to Small Fortress of Lions for game number 3. Marckiemoo, BalloonBoy still on the Mordex and Mega Man.
BalloonBoy deserves for it to be his year, PJ.
He does.
He earned it. And we're going to see it happen here at Winter Champions. That's just me being biased. Don't listen to me. I know nothing, actually. Marckiemoo and BalloonBoy, we are going to drop into game number 3. We're all tied up. The winner of this is going to take the advantage state going into game number 4.
Oh, my goodness. What it opened up for Marckiemoo there, using that weapon toss to cover the airspace, then immediately getting a nair into a GCN light. And maybe that could be signs of the times for BalloonBoy here. If Marckiemoo is reading those options, are ready to start the game. Marckiemoo unanswered damage, about 5 hits. Finally, a side air breaks the mold, but a nair into a GC Light again catches BalloonBoy. The D-Light will catch there. BalloonBoy flips the situation, though, with a down air of his own. And right now, this is where the Blasters need to make some money, but a little bit too close on the ledge, getting punished for that side light. Marckiemoo doing so much damage in the stock, waiting for the dodge, gets the right read, but not pulling the trigger on those moves yet, not catching the reads.
Being very, very cautious. No, you're right. Being very, very methodical. Trying to not let BalloonBoy stay close, not be able to get those big blaster strings that he is very good at getting at. D-Light into recovery.
That was fast.
A lot. And speaking of D-Light and recovery, on the other direction, that's going to be Marckiemoo. Go ahead and putting in that same combo, dialing it in, and taking that first stock of BalloonBoy. But now this is the biggest lead either one of these players has had in this entire set.
Absolutely. This is where Marckiemoo needs to pull ahead. BalloonBoy needs to equalize quickly. And Light will start the action for BalloonBoy as Marckiemoo takes the wall for some reprieve, jumps over that nair. BalloonBoy fights right back with a side air into a nair, fighting back, keeping the action to Marckiemoo, realizing you have to equalize the stocks quickly. The down sig will come out for BalloonBoy. Marckiemoo will wait for the side air, but a down air from BalloonBoy continues the action. Down air into Light again, and Marckiemoo gets disarmed and put off stage. Light to get back off stage. BalloonBoy now with a great edge guard opportunity will look to line up a ground pound. It's a down sig instead. Marckiemoo waiting out all the options and going for a recovery. Doesn't even chase dodge. BalloonBoy with a GC down light into side air will close out that stock, and once again there's no lead. There's no lead.
Corner, PJ. The lead is gone.
It was 3 hits of a difference for Marckiemoo in that extra credit.
Oh, it's so much fun to watch these two. BalloonBoy now trying to put some pressure on the left side against Marckiemoo with the neutral light.
Oh, what a check.
Sig. Oh, that check BalloonBoy for sure. Okay, the down air is not going to hit. Marckiemoo is going to get a 2-piece. He whiffed on the nair. BalloonBoy going to slide out of that bad position that he was in. The neutral light throwing down the bases. Here we go, taking Marckiemoo off stage. Then we see the tornado going to go and finally connect. Finally some success with those signatures.
Yeah, we saw it in game 1, not so much in game number 2, though. Marckiemoo reading through those. The down air comes out from BalloonBoy. Nice recovery from Marckiemoo, just kind of denying the center stage from BalloonBoy, especially when you want to take to the skies to try to regain some footing. Marckiemoo will meet you with a gauntlet recovery almost every time. The scythe comes online now. A down air into side air from BalloonBoy, and he keeps this game back into his favor. Side light, but bounces Marckiemoo back up into the air, going for the big end sig. BalloonBoy beats it out with a down air, and he's now reading through it, and finally the side sig will catch and punish Marckiemoo, trying to cross up BalloonBoy. Stacking wasn't the option. Approaching through the ground wasn't the option. And landing away from me isn't either. The side stick comes out for BalloonBoy, and Marckiemoo equalizes immediately with a recovery. And we go to last stock, game 3. A fresh stock for both of them. It's close as this set has ever been.
Oh, I love this so much. All right, BalloonBoy trying to take the advantage. So is Marckiemoo. The down air into neutral light. Okay, couldn't find anything much after that. Marckiemoo with the gravity cancel neutral light as well, though. Not a whole lot of follow-up. BalloonBoy smacking him back with a Sayer back on stage. Marckiemoo chased him down. We see the hopping across the center stage. BalloonBoy letting that side stick fly.
Wow.
He came back up with a nair. That was such a good bait.
So smart from Marckiemoo there, getting the nair, but not going for an immediate option like he's done the whole time. The ground pound comes out. BalloonBoy no punish. The ground pound decider. Marckiemoo takes the game off of it. BalloonBoy tries to punish Marckiemoo's ground pound, but gets hit with a cider for his troubles, and Marckiemoo takes that game away in not a very exciting fashion. Just a steal option from Marckiemoo, waiting out the ground pound. BalloonBoy smelling blood in the water, but smelled it wrong. I'm not. Don't call the ambulance for me. It's for you. That was a crazy reversal for Marckiemoo there. BalloonBoy just thought that Marckiemoo had no more options, and Marckiemoo took that stock for it.
What was wrong with the dare? What was wrong?
I don't know. I mean, the down air would have been much.
It was a perfect option.
Yeah, it was much better. I mean, you don't put yourself underneath the geometry. That's very bad.
It was safe.
It was much safer.
Oh my goodness, that's okay. That's okay. We're all gonna just brush that one off. BalloonBoy's going to as well. He's restarting his game yet again because that's the issue right now for sure.
We'll have to see. I mean, we'll like. That's an unfortunate way to lose. The ground pound was the option, expecting Marckiemoo to run out of resources. Marckiemoo had one more jump in the bag. Sometimes you just kind of get like trigger happy. You're like, okay, I'm going to go for the ground pound. This is it right here. This is where I make my claim. And then that happens, where Marckiemoo is playing one of the best, if not the best, reversal weapon off stage in the game, in the gauntlets. Just a move to cover every mistake you make. And Marckiemoo, a player that will cover every mistake you make. That's going to go to game 4 now with Marckiemoo in the lead, 2-1. BalloonBoy getting put on winner's side life. Marckiemoo 1 game away from putting himself in winner's side grand finals.
All right, Marckiemoo trying to get this finished off. BalloonBoy seems to be having a little issues. Marckiemoo is going to give him a little space, make sure everything is A-okay. You guys should see an emote come out when everything is good. BalloonBoy, nope, he's going to go ahead and restart it. And that gives us a couple more minutes to talk about this great matchup between these two players, PJ.
Yeah, it's incredibly close. I think the last 2 games, Marckiemoo's definitely clearly pulled away a little bit in some of these neutral exchanges. But as much as Marckiemoo kind of just wins out with like those side light whiff punishes and just constantly getting the damage, we haven't seen a couple things. We haven't seen Marckiemoo make like a big edge guard read play. Sure. We haven't seen like, okay, he hits like 4 dodges and then ground pounds you off stage. We also haven't seen BalloonBoy completely stop Marckiemoo from playing the game. He can do that versus great gauntlet players where you just cannot play versus the battle boots where you're getting rushed down or you're getting poked away by the blasters. We're not seeing that yet. It's very, very even here. Even with the scoreline being 2-1, it could have easily went in the other direction. It could easily be BalloonBoy just winning the set right now, and the same can be said about Marckiemoo.
Absolutely. That is what makes these matches so special, especially when it is a winner's final situation. I mean, this could be our preview to grand finals. We could see, no matter how this goes, we could see this rematch here in just a little bit. Lots and lots at stake here. Both these players obviously wanting to get in the best position going into grand finals, want to give them the biggest cushion they possibly can, especially when they know what they're going to be going up against in grand finals.
Yeah, and before we get into this match, the continuation of it, we got to go to a short break, make sure everything's sorted out. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere with Winners Finals. Welcome back, everybody, to Winter Championships. Here we're in the top 4 of North America, and we are in the winners finals with Marckiemoo with a 2-1 lead over BalloonBoy. How you feeling, Slow-Mo? I know this has been very exciting for you, very thrilling for you, for sure.
A little nervous.
Little nervous? Okay, okay.
A little nervous. Hopefully, whatever issues he was having, he had to restart his equipment.
Yeah.
Get fresh. So we're gonna see if that helps him out at all, because it really looked like the Mordex from Marckiemoo was starting to heat up.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Marckiemoo was slowly kind of pulling ahead in the set. However, even though it's a 2-1, it could have been anybody's game for the first couple. I think the game number 2 is probably the closest it's ever been, but we are here anyway in game number 4, and we go back to Small Fortress of Lions, where the action will continue. Marckiemoo starting with an N-Light there, getting BalloonBoy already caught in that downer, and Marckiemoo is picking up right where he left off in the last game. D-Light, side light, waiting. BalloonBoy has to jump through Marckiemoo to avoid extra damage, but still Marckiemoo looking very good.
Absolutely, BalloonBoy. Boots on his feet. Good edge guard. Lets the tornado go all the way down the bottom.
No.
Marckiemoo punishes that, and that is going to be an early stock for the Triple B.
Yeah, and Marckiemoo looks really, really good here. I mean, he started off by catching BalloonBoy, trying to get back into the game there by picking up a weapon. Marckiemoo now chasing down BalloonBoy in the air with that nair, catches the down air with an immediate whip punish. The nair comes out as well. Marckiemoo slowly inching towards BalloonBoy. The side air will come out there, and the side air from BalloonBoy keep Marckiemoo honest.
Okay, the dare is going to be the wrong direction. He went ahead and threw the nair up just because, I guess. Marckiemoo coming with the side light, catches BalloonBoy. He retreats up on the south platform, missing with the fadeaway Sair. Marckiemoo missing with the nair. The Sair is going to smack.
The N-Light will come out. Yep. And N-Light for Marckiemoo as BalloonBoy stuck on the off stage. The down air does reversal, and Marckiemoo avoiding that GC downlight. The nair will send off stage the weapon toss as well. Marckiemoo didn't even need to ground pound, and he'll happily trade that stock away. And it's 2 games to 1, and Marckiemoo 1 stock away from moving forward in the bracket. BalloonBoy there, taking a little second off that respawn to try to collect himself a little bit. He can still stay in this game, jumping around the platforms. Finally picks up a pair of battle boots. But we'll see if
We've been here before, PJ. We've been here before.
We have.
Oh, super.
Any given Sunday, every dog has its day. You know, do you believe in miracles? There's been many great sportscasts from casters greater than I that have talked about these comebacks, but it's going to be hard to do so when Marckiemoo gets an air there. A side air from BalloonBoy will keep him honest a little bit in the corner, but Marckiemoo's had his way with BalloonBoy this entire game so far. And BalloonBoy is looking for a semblance of reprieve from the pressure that Marckiemoo's presenting. The nair comes out there. The side air from BalloonBoy, a side stick will keep him in the game. And because Marckiemoo traded that stock away, BalloonBoy can find it there. He did not. Marckiemoo will pick up the weapon, and with the side queued up, he can just look for a signature of recovery. Nope, BalloonBoy with a side sig.
All right, that at least gets Marckiemoo down to the final stock, but BalloonBoy has so much work ahead of him on this one. He is going to try and get it done with the boots. We've seen a little more success off of the Doesn't Matter, because a BalloonBoy is being sent down to elimination finals. He will have to battle the winner of Flower and Guichibu here in just a couple minutes to see if he earns his right to go back up top.
Yeah, I definitely feel like BalloonBoy just wasn't in the best form there in that last game. And definitely go back and watch the first game 1, 2, and 3. But that game looked completely different than what we saw previously. But Marckiemoo was still happy to move forward there with a 2 stock in that game number 4 to win that set. We move over to the elimination side of things as